How you going, guys? Few things to talk to you about. First of all, thank you very much for those guys that are engaging with this process of sending text messages and responding. If you do respond to the generic text message that I send out asking a question, I'll give you a personal response as well. So that can be normally referring to what you've put down there. It can be giving a bit of an update of what other people are saying earlier than what you'll get it via us otherwise, in statistics and stuff. So if you do respond to me, I'll respond back to you personally as well. So that might encourage you to as well, because it becomes a two-way conversation quite often, and there is some nuggets of gold that do come out of that as well from personally communicating with you. So thank you for those guys that are engaging in that process. You're giving back to the group, and I tell you, it comes back to you as well. So please continue to do that, and please, other people do engage in it. It doesn't have to be a big response, so don't worry about leaving it till you get home. If you want to email text message me when you get home, great, do that. But you can just give a quick response as well, and it's great to see particularly how you're going with things, or you've got a bit of information to give us about what poison you use or whatever, right? So great information there. I've updated the poisons page as well to reflect some of that new information that come through, and that'll be in that link as well, the link of the text message I'm about to send you out as well with this on it. So meetings, I've booked the Alma for next Thursday night between 5 and 7 standard, but we must be seated when we're actually in the place. So I'm not going to get up the front and give a presentation. I'm not going to drive us around a group, because I don't think we'll have the ability to project our voices big enough. So it's a catch up. So excellent. So we just get to catch up with the guys, around tables, maybe groups of 6 of you will be catching up. I'll just come around and have a talk to you about what's going on in your business, what you're talking about. But it's mainly just a catch up, right? But it will give you more time with me, right? So if you want something that you want to have a little bit of a mini business review, just rock up there at 5, and I'll do like 20-minute blocks probably, or 10-minute blocks with those guys that got questions, burning questions. I'll ask them 5 questions. You can fire back answers, and we have a discussion. So that's all a business review has to be, just a snippet, and then you can catch up with your mates and have a beer, obviously. Must be seated though. We've been working really hard on this Google My Business web pages. My God, what a big job it is, and what a dog's breakfast it was that we got left with. So we're working with that, but they're coming out now, right? So those Google My Business postcards in your letterbox, if we're engaging with you because you don't have that page up yet, then they're coming around in the letterbox. So that's great, because it just took forever for them to come from when we first notified you, right? So, and it's been we're chasing Google for it as well. So it looks like they're coming out now. That's going to be a big win for us. It creates an infrastructure that then ranks us higher on web pages, allows us to control that first page, yeah? So that's our goal, control the first page. The way to do it is through these Google My Business. That's what SEO is these days, basically. We've got after we've established the infrastructure, then we have to feed it. And the infrastructure isn't just Google My Business, it's actually 2 web pages that you've got, one national, one ours as well, so that they've got to rank. Your Google My Business page needs to rank, obviously with the map, so that we can control that first page when people type in. So we'll be needing to feed that infrastructure, but the development of that infrastructure will carry us for ages. So that's, I think, one thing the crisis has really made us focus on is, okay, what is the things that we should be putting our efforts to now? There's no meetings and stuff going on really. That is going to drive the best result, rationalization. Love a crisis, eh? So yes, we're focusing very heavily on that. I've got a couple of other ideas relating to those kind of infrastructure building projects for finding work and creating more work as well. So we'll be working on them. What's the most important message I can give you right now for the majority of people, the 90% that are okay or are busy, and that was even in the crisis those figures came out. So what's the message to the bigger audience of guys that are busy? If you're busy at this time of the year and we're just about to hit spring, are you going to be able to take advantage of spring? The whole goal of spring is to refresh your client base, to make it stronger. If you go through spring and you're so busy that you don't get to meet any new clients, then your business is going to be exactly the same next year, potentially. Right? So yes, you can raise prices, but man, you've got to get rid of some of those clients, remembering on what we judge them on. dollar per minute, not necessarily in this order, because I actually think the second one's more important, not dollar per minute, and making sure they're in the right ratios, but also taking your ratio up with a price rise now or in the very near future. The second one is additional services. That's probably the most important if you ask me. So what clients never give you additional services. Probably the easiest way to do without tracking how many they do is the clients that don't give you any additional services. Okay, they're probably the first ones to think about replacing, and you can do it via things like 2 on, 1 off. That's cool, but just open yourself up so you are meeting those 2. Just don't be so busy that you don't meet those 2. Or you can do it in a bit more of a longer plan when you go, okay, the plan is that you're going to meet